Welcome everyone back to Bakano Mamoru. We got the whole the whole gang back here again. No one definitely left in the interlude between parts 1 and 2.
Something about hiding the body. No. So Stefan got Isekais in between recordings.
Yeah, the girl in his trunk drove his car and ran him over, and now Stefan's in another parallel world.
But Ray's still here.
Ray's still here.
God bless you, Ray.
Sweet baby Ray.
TM.
The sweetest. The babiest.
So, you guys know how this works. We got all the Isekais together.
Woo!
That way, anyone who wants to detonate the bomb can be the hero we need. All right, Ray. In no particular order, I have a list. Would you like to start?
In no
Wait.
particular order.
Wait.
Oh, yeah, please. Go ahead, DJ. Tell the people at home.
So, for Eric decided to surprise me and Ray for the Isekai part of our night tonight.
Totally planned. You can tell because I had all the stuff.
Eric decided to make us a bunch of screwdrivers, to which he asked me and Ray, how nasty you want to get when he was pouring the vodka in it. And then it proceeded to put one of those like sugar-covered Me and Ray got a little nasty with ours.
It was a little nasty.
And
Okay.
It was baby's first screwdriver.
And Eric put one of those sugar-covered orange wedges at the on the rim of the glass as well. And as soon as me and Ray took our first drink, we just look over at Eric, and he just takes the orange wedge, and just pushes it into his drink. So me and Ray are like, okay, then guess we're doing this too. So now we have a little treat in the bottom of our glass waiting for us.
I'm going to save that for a specific show on the list, and I bet you know which one.
Do. All right, but you know what, Ray? Tell us about fucking sword art.
Yeah, Ray, start strong with sword art.
Tell us how bad it is.
Tell us how
okay.
good it is.
Okay, so
Tell us something. We don't know.
So
I'm an ignorant mess.
what's cool about this season, right, is that
Go on.
Kirito entirely comatose majority of it. Okay, he is literally.
I remember you saying.
He's literally just he's in a wheelchair. He's just kind of staring off.
Too many video games will do that.
Yeah.
Kirito is now the Casca of sword art.
So yeah, but majority of it has centered around the dark territory invading the light territory.
The what?
Okay.
Continue with the assumption that we know some of what
Exactly.
you're talking about. We don't.
I'm assuming the audience does, but it's okay. Point
audience?
being is that they're in this world full of fluctlights, if you remember that. No? They're
No.
souls in computerized form because they're trying to create AI from the bottom up to put into robots for war purposes. I'm not going to get into that though.
Man, sword
Is
art.
this from
got weird.
Alicization?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. So this half, though, is the final, quote-unquote, final load test, which is, let's see how good these fluctlights have, become, right?
Can you say the word that you're saying one more time?
Fluctlights.
Okay.
F-L-U-C. Fluctlights.
Oh, fluck.
Fluctlights, not fucklights.
No, I thought you were saying flut, and I'm
Like
like, what the fuck
like
is a flut light? But a fluck light doesn't help either.
So
Sounds German.
majority of this season has been literally
Made up words?
just the entire fight of the two worlds clashing, and they'll introduce this. And what's great is that Kirito has kind of taken a side note, and it is concentrated on Alice and the other Integrity Knights, which were the villains, quote unquote, from the first half, and now they're the good guys fighting the villains.
Eric, how many seasons are we behind on sword art?
2.
Okay.
Cool.
Wait,
Probably 3
where did
now.
you stop?
I finished season 2.
So you're 2 behind.
Okay.
So
2 main story seasons, 1 side.
Oh, wait. I finished Gun Gale. Whatever.
he's like
whatever
2.5.
that is. 2.5?
That
Point
depends
being
which one
is-
he means.
Okay.
Point being
I'm
is,
just curious.
I'm enjoying it. I understand that it's different to a point until, well, that's a spoiler. Forget that. But of course, naturally,
Hey, Ray,
the other.
no one cares.
Oh,
It's
nobody
different
cares.
to a point until it becomes the same.
Sword art's one of those things where if you care, you're caught up.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
There's no one on the fence.
Fair enough. So it's just it's been interesting. I've enjoyed it. It's just kind of like I get it. People don't like it. People like it. Either way, I'd still recommend it. Drink up.
Ooh, I just got some of that sweet orange wedge. At the
Yeah,
bottom
so have
flavor.
I. It's starting to like.
Yeah, that sweetness is starting to kick in.
No, but I think it's been nice that it's been less about the normal cast and more about these new characters that they've introduced. So it has been nice in that regard. Until they make Asuna a god.
I wish I just spit
Yes.
Screwdriver everywhere.
I know, right? That would have been the time for a spit take right there,
Glad
but
you didn't.
you know, but yeah, and then yeah, and then but the villain this season is kind of I'm not getting into that, but
Is it a good villain or a bad villain?
it's
Or is it a Sword Art villain?
It's a Sword Art
means-
villain.
I mean,
It's
so
a
it's
Sword Art
bad.
villain. Yeah, so like the villain has been hired by the U.S. government to.
Okay.
I'm not joking. To infiltrate.
I believe you.
Infiltrate to retrieve the Alice AI in order to.
Is Alice?
Alice
Eric,
is not a real person.
Is Alice like the character, the OC from fucking Sword Art game?
She's in it.
Is she?
She's not the OC, but she is a teammate you can get. A lot of characters can show up in that game that don't make sense
Yeah.
canonically.
Okay.
But I've been enjoying it because it's been a lot of just the fights, which, for all intents and purposes,
That's why
have
you
been
Sword Art.
animated really, really well.
Oh,
And
yeah.
and so you know, having these fights and having the different like factions, because the enemy faction has tribes within it, and
I mean, the two reasons why you Sword Art is one, because of the masturbatory storylines, and two, because of the fight scenes.
see, this whole masturbatory storylines kind of deal, like, it applies to so many other things we've both watched and enjoy.
I know. I'm not saying it doesn't.
Okay.
I think it's
It's kind of, you know,
escapist fantasy.
Yeah.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
quintessential at this point, but like, I still enjoy it. 7 out of 10.
I'm glad you enjoy it, Ray.
7 out of 10.
Solid 6
It's
out of
not
10.
it's not After School Dice Club, but I mean,
But what is? Come
but
on.
what I
all right?
mean, you know, I mean, like when she was designing her own game, it was really, really good.
What's next, Eric?
Next show on the list is Animal Road.
Kimono Michi.
A man was a wrestler and then
A hero.
Is still a wrestler.
an isekai.
Ant is best girl.
I don't think the ant's even a girl.
You don't know
Neither
that.
is Sunshine.
It's an ant, so they're probably male because it's not a queen.
Neither is Sunshine. And
Yeah,
Sunshine's the best girl.
All right, that's fine. I guess you have a good point.
Just like Guts is best girl. What the fuck are you talking about?
Gus isn't best girl.
You've said that before.
Nah.
Those are your own words.
Absolutely not.
So, this show,
So this show is fascinating.
it is fascinating.
In
That
that
is
it
a word
is-
for it.
It is made by it was written, I believe, by the writer of Konosuba.
Konosuba, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
And a different isekai this season does a better job of being a Konosuba than it, from what I understand.
Which one?
We'll talk about it when we get there.
Okay.
I've kept up with it. Have you guys?
I
I'm-
got to the episode at where was it the
Now.
Mao got isekai'd as well, and then it was like, hey, we're gonna go into like why this other girl that isekai'd Mao like hates the dragon girl, and then I got halfway through that episode, and then Funimation now started fucking up, and I was like, I don't care to finish this because that episode was just real boring.
I got to the episode where the princess found him again, and then got suplexed twice.
Dear God, I'm so glad that happens again.
And like,
just hearing
it's
about
not
this.
not even just a suplex. What's that other move where like he spreads her legs and like holds him? It's so
when they're
Oh, like
rolling
on
around
his
the
shoulder?
ground.
yeah, it's like a Nelson.
You're,
like
you're
a full
thinking of a
Nelson.
knuckle buster. He does a different. I forget what he called it.
It's not like,
I know
you,
what you're
like
talking
where you
about.
like put their head like on your shoulder upside down,
Correct.
like pull their
That.
legs like that.
Exactly.
Yeah, like it's so good.
It is, and he does that
It's
to
like a
the vampire.
suplex on your shoulders.
Yeah, and he does that to the vampire chick too. And
A muscle
they're
buster.
and they're
Oh,
and they're setting up like the wrestling league and everything like that.
Oh, for real?
I really do genuinely enjoy the show. It does have
It drags apart.
some pacing issues. Again, I'm going to say that more so than even No Guns Life. If you watch the previous episode,
and why would you?
make sure you watch After School Dice Club. I'm just going to keep pushing that to annoy DJ. Drink up, boy.
Hey.
It's the maybe I'll show you my.
Ooh, it's getting sweet.
Yeah. But I'm gonna stick to it. I would suggest it because the humor, it's not as 100% or is not as consistent as some of the other shows. But it's still there.
I think that it's an interesting idea, and despite the fact that the main character is the most objective, this. If there's ever been a sex criminal protagonist, it's this one.
Yeah, how about this guy? How about our main boy for that show? You kind of don't want to like him, but you kind of do.
I enjoy him whenever he's not being a sex criminal.
What my favorite part of this show is? Whenever he meets that dog wife.
Oh, the kobold lady?
Yeah. Where he's just like, "You're beautiful. You know this?"
So
and she's like, "No, you can't." He's like,
"I'm a married woman,
my lady."
If you grew up in the 90s and you remember Val,
why would you?
I know, right? And you remember Val Venus, and you like Val Venus as a character, then this anime is definitely for you.
Yeah, I said pre getting his dick cut off.
Yeah, pre Kai and Tai.
Yeah.
I don't know what we can even say about this show. It's about wrestling and isekais, and it's about fan service too, I guess.
To an extent.
I would say it's to a pretty it's not as far as Konosuba is, but
yeah, there's not a chick just walking around with her ass hanging out.
Well, there is.
There is, yeah.
Not as much though.
I honestly enjoy the dragon girl who's obsessed with eating everything so much. When
I can't wait to find out she's actually a Langolier. That's all I'm saying.
Right. When she's commentating on the matches, and
I need to watch this.
And she's instead of there's the one orc dude who's just actually doing the comment.
Orc with the mustache.
Correct, and actually doing
did the orcs come back?
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's actually doing proper wrestling, commentation, and she's just and that arm would go really well with this sort of sauce, and that sort of thing, describing how she would eat the people that are competing is fucking priceless as far as I'm concerned.
That's pretty good.
And I'm gonna end it at that. I definitely recommend After School Dice Club.
Yeah, no.
9 out of 10. After School Dice Club.
It's worth looking at. Next on the list we got, didn't I say make my abilities average in my next life?
Charming.
Very charming.
Very charming.
This is what an isekai should be.
I'm at episode 7, I think, or 6. I got a good way through it before falling off. I want to catch up though.
I'm probably on whichever one just came out.
And what I expected, I didn't expect from that show the backstories for each of the characters to actually be relatively compelling. Relatively, I should say.
Okay.
But
I really hate the mage chick.
You do, because it's the most cliche out of the bunch.
Yeah.
They're all pretty cliche.
They are.
Yeah. But oh
God.
Mavis
isn't, I guess, as much as the other two.
Yeah, but
not
it
Mavis,
just melds well together. And
is that the merchant chick?
Yeah, that's the one that's the least cliche of the four of them.
Well, she's the least cliche thing in the show, in my
opinion.
No.
Nanobots.
No.
Nanobots is the least cliche thing in the show.
Nanobots are in every single one. Are you kidding me?
I mean, if you pay close enough attention, but if you're not...
He's just a straight up, just moe version of Cardcaptor Sakura.
Yeah. Wow.
Sorry to ruin it for you.
Yeah.
I like this show. It's all right.
Yeah, Cardcaptor Sakura is pretty good.
Yeah, I like Cardcaptor Sakura.
I love Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah, you
5Ds?
Yeah, sure.
I love motorcycles.
Got him.
I missed the
Please edit this out.
Mr. I don't.
Yeah.
He's better off. He's in a better place now.
What world do you think he went to?
No Guns Life.
Probably Runeterra. the name of the world of League of Legends. Because he's probably playing League of Legends right now. Anyway,
Or Yu-Gi-Oh.
this show is interesting because I don't feel like it does anything particularly original,
No.
but
No.
it just takes,
Except for nanobots.
Yeah,
Magic is nanobots.
I don't even think that's the
That's
first time
not.
I've heard
That's
that.
not original.
Like it's not like anything they do every time, but I for sure have heard it somewhere before. But it's definitely like they're taking the high road most of the time, I would say. I mean, there's that one joke that keeps coming back about how the one character's self-conscious about
Saying anything about their personal history.
their personal history or body figure, and
Oh my god! I say that's. I'm a few episodes behind. That joke got pretty tired.
I
That
don't
writing
think,
team got tired.
I feel like the joke's not even meant to be funny. The joke
It's
is just
not.
like, listen, this is just how we're gonna punctuate scenes.
But it's not good.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it, actually.
Yeah.
It's just punctuation.
Yeah.
Also, it has a banger of an opening.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
You know what? Most of the shows this season kind of have bangers. Like either for openings or closing. Even, we'll get to it later, Magical Labyrinth is not that terrible.
God, that's what it's called, isn't
That's what it's called.
Oh.
Iruma-kun.
No, I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah.
Baby Q.
Yeah.
This closing,
That's the
but
ending.
It doesn't matter.
I don't even know if there's anything else to say about this show.
Nope.
No,
It's 7 out of 10.
It's pretty par for the. It's pretty par for the course.
More than a 7.
No,
I
8
just-
out of 10.
There's a reason.
7.3 out of 10.
Yes, I'll give it a one Sasquatch out of many other cryptids.
Oh, I should have sent you that picture.
Of cryptids?
No, so
Sasquatch?
I'll tell this story real quick because we're gonna fluff for time because Stefan isn't here to do it for us. I was gonna turn on the computer to make some work for the channel, and I was like, I can turn on the computer to make some work for the channel. Then I turned on Amazon Prime, and Amazon Prime was like movies we think you'll like, and then on the top of the list
Abominable?
was Abominable.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Amazon, you son of a bitch.
you're right. I mean, you're right, but you won't trick me. So I ended up watching The Rake, the movie.
Oh, I say you didn't watch that guy get squatched?
I've seen it.
I know, but it's
I
still
put it on
so
my
good.
list. I'm gonna watch it. That's a dessert for when I account something of value.
Yeah.
So I watched The Rake, which was homework. It turned out. But enough about that. Let's talk about something I didn't watch. The Hero's Overly Cautious.
You didn't watch that?
I watched.
Eric fell off.
I didn't like I fell off, but I didn't fall off for a good reason. I just was like, I got too much to watch on Wednesday.
I fell off until Wednesday. And then Thursday, I caught up completely. That show, after episode 2, I watched episode 1 the week it came out. I was like, hey, this is pretty good. And then I realized, like, you know what? This main character kind of sucks, and I don't like him. I don't think I'm going to keep watching this show. And then I decided
that
to,
was my sentiment as well.
I was like, hey,
I
you know
wasn't
what?
overly fond of him.
Then Eric and I were talking last week about how, like, hey, we're doing this episode tonight. And I was like, no, I kind of want to catch up on at least one of the shows I fell off of. So I decided to do that one. And that sentiment remains true. Like, the main character sucks real hard. Like, he's incredibly unlikable, kind of like ReZero.
But that's
Just, like,
the
you
joke,
don't
right?
like him.
That's the
It's
point.
the joke, but it doesn't change the fact that you don't like him, that he is an asshole.
I see it. I see him like, okay, yeah, you're not supposed to relate to him. He's literally just that was a big
wait,
one right
wait
there.
till you get a little lower.
I
Ray.
really
wait
don't.
till you get a little lower.
I don't want to get lower on this.
Woo!
I see him more as not a main protagonist, but as a catalyst for all the other characters to kind of be foiled upon.
He's the Saitama of the show.
No,
He's the plot device.
I mean
he is the plot device.
He is the plot
because
device.
every training session,
Yeah.
he makes the goddesses that he interacts with, the gods and goddesses that he interacts, more compelling.
It was
The true dragonborn people,
Yeah.
more compelling because of his interactions with them.
Honestly, the stuff with the Dragonborns was great, especially the episode where it's like, hey, we're going to go to the village of the Dragonkin. and we're gonna get the holy weapon that can kill the demon lord. And it turns out that hey, the boy sidekick, we're gonna teach you how to become more dragonborn-y. And then the girl, guess what? We're gonna sacrifice you to turn. There it is, Ray. we're gonna sacrifice you to turn you into the literal sword. And then they're like, the main character's like, I don't agree to that because I told them I want them to be my personal pack mules. I want them to carry my equipment. And if you're a sword, you can't carry my equipment.
Endearing.
Now, I haven't read that new Isekai about being reborn as a sword, but that might be untrue what you said.
Well, that's what he said. So, in as far as this show goes, plus, what was it? Every time they go back to the goddess world,
It's perfect.
it's really funny because they're like, that's their training montage. And every time they meet a different god or goddess,
He's slowly but surely destroying this divine realm.
oh yeah,
And it's amazing.
The first guy, like Cerberus or whatever, that he trains with,
The sword guy.
that he
Crushed.
he crushes his spirit so much so
Entirely,
that
he
he was the warrior god.
Imagine
and he trains with him so hard that the warrior god throws his sword into the ocean and says, "I never want to see swords again. They're too pointy and sharp. Oh my god!"
Imagine if Kratos became a broken man because of some random dude from Japan. That rhymed.
I mean,
Cheers.
God of War 5 will come out eventually.
Boy.
But it's very charming. And then what was it? I still don't get the last training segment where he was with the bondage god of war, and they were clearly having sex, and then they're like,
weren't.
"We're not having sex. It's just how you train. Don't be immature." And she's like, "What are you talking about? You guys are naked and you're laying on top of each other." It's like, it's not what you think it is. Don't be so stupid.
Yeah, dude.
And it's like, what are you doing then?
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Yeah.
It's like you've never hung out with Sting.
Yeah.
I don't think DJ gets it.
Not the wrestler.
No, I know.
The sword.
The sword?
The Desert Rose.
Sting from
Desert
Lord of the
Rose.
Rings.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bilbo's sword?
Yeah.
That's called Needle.
No.
No, that's Game of Thrones. Holy fucking shit.
Wow, dude. One has a bad ending and one has a bad prequel. Get it straight.
Hey, don't be like that. I'm sure Game of Thrones is gonna have a bad prequel too.
I thought they canceled it.
Did they?
I'm pretty sure they canceled the
I think
prequel.
they
I don't
canceled. They canceled
Maybe
when they
because
were
it was
making
bad.
That's a different podcast. Let's move on.
And they did. Yeah, let's move on to the next show. Welcome to Demon School.
Show's
best.
good. Show's
best.
good.
I never
It's
thought
real
I would
good.
care so much about demons playing dodgeball.
No shit. I need to watch the latest episode.
Do we really need to say anything else? It's right there. That's
Okay,
it.
the show is good. It's
The characters are good.
It's funny.
Everybody is good in that show. It's awesome.
I'm a little sad that I kind of can see every single fucking twist and curve coming.
Oh,
Yeah,
the show,
it's
but,
road as fuck,
but,
but
that's
you
part-
don't care.
That's part and parcel with being just a higher level fucking weeaboo where I just have seen too much
Well,
shit.
no. I would even compare it to you're waiting in line for a roller coaster, right? You can see the full fucking track.
Ray, you've never been to a theme park with me. I don't wait in line for a ride.
Oh, I'm sorry, fast pass guy.
No. I mean, I look at the line. I'm like, nah, I've been on that ride before. I can just remember.
No,
what
I'm
it's like.
play with me in the analogy.
No,
know what I'm saying?
yeah,
is
okay.
you know, but then when you get on the ride, you're like, this is
So
fun.
we're at Four Bears.
We're at Four Bears. We're meeting the Big Show for the first time. It's a little intimidating.
It's 3 bears and
No, Ray met
I met the Big Show at Four Bears.
Water Park.
All
Yeah,
right.
it's one of my crowning achievements in my life. I really lived a shallow
Damn,
existence.
dude. I wrote a couple numbers on some cardboard. You met the Big Show? Damn.
Yeah, baby Q.
Do you want to talk about BBQ right now?
No, I love.
You guys
I,
have wanted to talk about it since.
I love that. I love that.
Fine.
I love the closing song so much.
It's so good.
not even funny.
It's no Bobby Roo.
Yeah, but
There's
No, Baby Q's better.
It reminds me of a song from the show Beelzebub. He's almost.
that's a rough one.
He's
Oh,
almost.
that
to the end.
last one's real sweet. Oh,
Man, he's not ready for that part when he gets to the actual bottom.
woo!
You know you gotta eat that candy too.
I know.
Right?
I'm saving it for this when you.
You're saving it for the same one I'm saving it for, huh?
Yep.
The next one.
Oh shit.
Oh shit, my battery's running low.
Okay, wrap it up.
All right, this show is great. I hope it dies. No, just kidding. I hope it keeps going.
I'm gonna stop and save mine really quick.
Okay, Ray, quick, fill for time.
So when I'm at the big show, it was just before Survivor Series 2001.
This is the best timeline.
Yeah,
you didn't continue talking about Sword Art.
If you don't remember what Survivor Series 2001 was about,
or if you weren't alive for the time,
that's fine.
That's possible too.
Stone Cold Steve Austin was going to fight for the championship, but then he ended up getting hit by a car. So the
Wait,
big
is
show,
this like a kayfabe car or a real car?
it was kayfabe. It was
Oh,
kayfabe.
okay,
It ended up being Rikishi.
I just got to know how much I care.
Yeah, it ended up being Rikishi later on. It was cool. But then the big show came in and he won the championship that night. It was really, really cool. So I met him the night before he won the championship. It wasn't the first time he won the championship, but that was cool. Four Bears, I miss.
As we all do.
I remember going down that slide and nearly dying because I got enough air to almost get me out of that fucking, the crazy big blue one. It was crazy. I almost fucking died a couple times in that fucking place. I missed their fireworks displays, but I missed the big show the most.
So let's move on to the show, and boys, you know what to do.
Hold on. Hold on.
Cheers.
Hold on.
Did you have a final thing you wanted to say about
Hold on.
What?
Demon School?
Baby cute.
What's my sex appeal percentage?
Oh, is that like a question that we have to have an answer for?
Definitely.
Hold on, let me try to see if I can find it at the bottom of this class.
Oh God!
And that's what you put at the bottom.
No, this is not good.
Right, yours isn't close to the end. You want to tell them what happened? Oh, you got it. That's a vodka-soaked piece of candy.
It sure is. Oh Lord!
Aren't you glad you ate it?
Ray, you're.
Answer the fucking question.
Nah.
All right.
76%.
Damn. All right. I'll take that.
All right, we'll cut out that gross mouth smacking.
No.
Oh, no, we won't?
No.
Are we going to leave the big show in, too?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, dude. I'm so happy.
All right. So let's get to the show that we all watched the least.
By the least, I mean the first episode, and that's it.
Oh, please.
Enjoyed the least. High school prodigies have it easy even in another world, don't they? I think that's the full title.
Please.
Please is it I'm wrong, or please is it let's talk about it?
Please, let's talk about it.
This show is the worst thing I've ever watched.
Ray just spit his drink back into his cup, and he needs to finish drinking that again. Drink it twice.
DJ, do you disagree? Similar opinion.
I mean, I only watched the first 5 episodes. There's that orange slice. Oh, there it is. There it is, Ray.
Oh my God.
The first 5 episodes is just bad Spice and Wolf.
DJ, where does the first 5 episodes end? Please tell me. I barely remember.
The first 5 episodes is just the Spice and Wolf part.
No. Please be specific. I don't remember where that ends, but I know where to start.
I say it ends at when the village burns down. After the Spice and Wolf part.
That's 5. I thought that was before that when that burned down.
That's 5 or... I think it's episode 5 or 4, because that's as far as I watched. I think it's 5, though.
Okay. Well, I hate this show. I hate this show a lot.
Which do you hate more, Eric? School Days or this?
This. And I'll tell you why. This will make more sense in a second. I hate this show because it reminds me of so many other things I like, but doing them way worse. There was a point, when we were watching Assassin's Pride, and I said to you, Ray, this is Twilight. And you were like, no, you're right, this is 100% Twilight. So I realized at a certain point that this was Gate, but bad.
Yep. I remember you telling me that.
Man, I really like Gate, too.
Oh, you watched the Gate?
Yeah, you watched Gate.
We should talk about Gate sometime. But instead, for now, let's talk about how this is bad Gate.
Okay.
Would you agree with... Well, you watched the first episode.
I only watched the first
From the first episode, could you see how this could become bad Gate?
I could easily see how it becomes bad Gate.
So this becomes bad Gate pretty quick. And it also... You're correct.
Bad Spice and Wolf?
Bad Spice and Wolf.
It's a goddamn shame.
it was another bad thing that I can't remember now.
I mean, it's just it's more lazy Spice and Wolf because like I didn't hate the Spice and Wolf part, but it was just like it's like, hey, I'm good at business, and watch me be good at business because I'm good at business.
Please.
Do they lean into the ninja journalism?
Yes.
No. Oh, maybe later.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Not
they did.
not in a satisfying or cool way.
No, it's just
But that character gets a couple episodes.
it's more like from what I saw, it's just like, hey, you know how I'm a ninja? Well, like I did all this reconnaissance behind the scenes because I'm a ninja. Yes, right?
Do they explain the illusionist and if he can actually do magic or not?
He can straight up do magic.
Is it real magic or does it like?
From what I saw, it was straight up real magic.
Yeah, but it's like normie Earth magic, like dad magic. But
it's actually real at the same time.
He is eventually confronted with this world's magic, and he's like, that doesn't make any fucking sense.
yes,
Yes.
right?
How'd you not gouge out your eyes?
I watched the
these days.
Spice and Wolf part, and it was okay because it was Spice and Wolf still.
I realized really quickly that I was the only one who could watch all of this.
You do have that superpower.
And I was like, someone needs to know.
I actually almost watched it, and I was like, I just don't give a shit.
Yeah, you were right. So you got the part with the village person. Did you get to the part where they ship off the elf girl to be a sex slave to the feudal lord? So your expression says no.
Wow.
So that happens pretty much.
Right.
That's the
episode 6.
That's the next episode. Yep.
Did the financial guy negotiate the deal for the sex slave?
I almost positive that he did.
No.
Aw.
The guy who burns down the village just sort of like scoops her up on his way out. He's like, my feudal lord, he loves elf hoes.
Oh, yeah. I think that happened at the very end of the episode.
So that's where that goes.
Yeah.
And we come to find out that Heterochromia Kid has a... he may not be the world's greatest...
He has 2 colored eyes.
He may not be the world's greatest politician or economic player of Settlers of Catan, but girl who's a scientist built that kid a gun. Yes, right?
How'd she build her? How
Because she's
did
good
she
at
build-
science.
I understand. How did she build a gun?
Man,
she's good at science.
there are so many
She has
plot
a
holes
fucking
based
robot.
around that
No,
character.
I want world building. Go.
I think they took apart the plane
Okay.
to get the metal for the gun.
Yeah.
And for some of the other early metal stuff before they start mining.
For more stuff about Catan, see After School Dice Club.
Okay.
Fuck
Fair enough,
off, Ray.
I sort of walked us right into that one.
I guess, yeah.
So
Your own damn fault there.
So this becomes that part in Gate where the people on the other side of the gate have their first encounter with the JSDF, and they're just immediately bewazzled by the difference in technology. But instead of it being like they have a tank, it's they made shields out of metal, out of broken airplane parts. And they take over the feudal lord's castle, and then that becomes their city. Ray, you have another question?
So does this plane become just the golden goose for every single situation?
No, I think at the point after that when they take over the city, they take over the mine, and because they're the world's best Deus Ex Machinas, they just know how to process the ore better than the fucking stupid Neanderthals that used to inhabit the city, who I assume they pushed off of a cliff. Even though I know that didn't happen. Yes, Ray. Another question.
How does the samurai play into it?
She's kind
I'm
of
so glad you asked.
she's just the warrior.
Ray,
Oh, I'm going down the list,
Ray,
dude.
how much you care about spoilers? Ray?
I absolutely don't care about spoilers.
So there's a villain, and he's a bad, bad man, and we know he's a bad, bad man because he cares more about a statue of the emperor being dirty than the fact that his people are starving. And he throws a magical javelin of fire halfway across the country to blow up the city they've taken over to kill the heretics. And their solution to this...
Hold on.
No.
Hold on.
Don't
Shut
interrupt
up.
me.
Don't
interrupt me.
Hold his fucking drink, Ray.
Just wait. I know
No,
your
'cause-
question
'cause-
will matter less as I go on.
No, because you said city they took over. What city?
The city of the feudal lord who they kidnapped the elf girl to be a prostitute for.
Okay.
So he throws this flaming trident across the country at it, And yeah,
I'm a
just
little
like
drunk.
that. Like, just like that. No, that's what happens. You're not drunk. You heard right. Because of course they did, they came up with a thought that someone might throw a flaming trident of magic at us. So we made an anti-air system of surface-to-air missiles that they shoot at the trident.
She's really good at science, Ray. Shut up.
No, I promise this isn't the part you should have questions about. So they keep hitting the missile as it's flying towards them with their missiles. Sorry, the trident with their missiles.
Yeah,
I realize that might be confusing if I call them both
I mean,
missiles.
the projectile is still technically a
And
missile.
when they're like, we need to hit it with one more missile to knock it off course so it'll land in the sea instead of hitting the town, then the missile magically turns in midair because it's magic. So that's the most plausible part of the episode. So it dodges the missile they're shooting at it, and it collides with the city. And they're like, we have to stop that flaming trident that's in the ground from spreading fire zombies across the city and killing all the people. So their solution to this is, we'll shoot another missile at it. And they're like, I was like, those missiles didn't work. And the show told me for sure this time it'll be fine because the samurai will pilot the missile like Slim Pickens.
Hell yeah.
Hold on. What?
By
Slim
running
Pickens it.
alongside it as it's been shot at a low altitude. It's going 3 feet off the ground, and she is somehow turning this missile in the width of a street.
Okay.
This is traveling at, I'm going to say, missile speed.
Approximately missile miles per hour.
Yeah, missile miles per hour.
I want to make sure the image. I want to make sure that the image
MMPH.
in my head is proper.
I promise it is.
And
You're saying the secondary missile, the second missile, is fired at low altitude.
Yeah, it's like
And-
skipping like a stone off the street.
And the samurai is running next to it?
No, she grabs onto it and is holding on
onto
and
it.
running alongside it.
Okay, is running along she grabs onto it and
Like, have you seen, Metal Harbor from Sonic Adventure 2 Battle where Sonic grabs the missile that has the handles? It's like that.
dude,
I'm so mad I know what you're talking about.
it's amazing how much Sonic Adventure 2 Battle
Matters in today's day and age.
defines your life.
Mine, personally?
Yeah.
Well, it actually defines all of our lives. You just don't realize it.
I just assumed that was a touchstone that we would all have.
Yeah.
Was I wrong?
Yes.
No, you weren't wrong.
Well, there you go.
Ray doesn't care as much as you and I.
I didn't think he would care, but I figured he'd know what I meant.
Oh, no, the analogy hits.
Okay.
Okay.
Does it actually? I didn't think you did.
So
Listen, DJ, you don't know me.
she's like digging her
you're
heels
okay.
into the ground, like barefoot, like breaking through cobblestone road
Hold
in
on,
order to
hold
turn
on.
a missile on a dime.
Okay.
Just to like
Where's the journalist in all this?
she's at the castle where they threw the trident
It's
from.
the only thing that matters to me.
God, you care so much about this character you hate.
hanging up in a prison cell, but it's all part of her plan.
She was like best girl.
Her secret ninja plan.
Okay, that's fine.
I'll give her best girl.
I'm
for
not gonna-
one episode.
I'm not gonna fight you on that. It's whatever. I don't really care.
Nin.
I was on the Trident side at this point already. It was the moment when the person was manually piloting the missile that I was like, okay, maybe this show is gonna get dumb enough that it's worth it.
And then you were wrong.
Was the AI funny at all?
No, the AI is never funny.
It is never funny. It's just a
Oh,
stupid
Shit.
bear.
I forgot about the part where they were like, well, if we're going to take over this country and we're going to save the girl, we have to basically bring our values to this country. So let's make a fake religion and we're going to put the little wizard kid, he's going to be our version of God because he can do illusionist shit.
Hold on. What?
Yeah. So Computer Girl builds a semi-truck with an opening back.
Wait, what?
Yeah, you're just going to want to let me finish this
Oh
one.
my
too.
god. Oh my god.
Let's
Okay.
just hold Eric's beer.
So they dress the
We're
samurai.
talking about this show for way too long.
No.
so they
This
dress-
is important. This is important for history's sake.
They dress the samurai and the doctor up as bunny girls in the back of the
I
truck.
forgot there was a doctor.
Yeah, okay, I have thoughts on the doctor, but we'll get to it.
Okay.
So they dress the doctor, the bunny, and the samurai up as bunny girls, and they have them in the back of this truck, and the truck opens up, and they're
what a
like,
good show.
"Behold, our god Akatsuki of the 7 angels' faith." and they're basically establishing a cult religion
About
in
around
order
themselves.
in order to basically be like, this is why your values should change because we have God and he can do his dumb I removed my own head shit. So stupid people are like, that's a God. And then they throw a fire missile at them. Because the one guy's like, that's not a God.
That's heresy.
That's a man. and then they pilot a missile.
There's a part of me.
That really wants to watch
That really
the show.
wants to watch this to see if I'm just fucking with you.
I should say, nope, you said it right there. To just see if you're just arbitrarily making
Well, you
this
know
shit
that
up.
he's not.
I know that you're
Here's
not.
the problem. I could probably convince someone of something like
100%.
this, but I'm not gonna do that for this.
Not for this.
Not for this. This is too important.
I
Can we talk about the good show? Because I think the good show is next.
I am completely astounded, utterly bewildered, and very intrigued.
But you're still not going to watch it.
7 out of 10.
So I would actively say avoid this show unless what I have just said to you is fascinating in like a how did this get approved kind of way.
And how could it not be fascinating?
Yeah, but there's just people that aren't that curious.
You had me at cult.
Yeah, no,
You had me at hello.
I believe it. Oh,
Play it again.
sorry.
Sam.
I have to go through one more thing.
Oh my God.
I have to talk about the doctor before we move on.
Oh
to the
my
podcast.
God.
Oh yeah, you have thoughts about them.
What if I told you there was an episode of this show that's just a condensed, like, in one episode,
Please tell me Trauma Center into the knife.
they condensed the second arc of Dr. Stone into a single episode, and I mean directly, like, we have to make sulfa drugs.
Dear God, that's lazy.
Yeah, it's lazy in a way you can't even parse from that amount of information. Because you know how they're going to do it? They're going to use the elf girl who's learned magic and the doctor who knows how science works, and they're going to just make the drugs in a cauldron outside of the triage center because the, like, Alchemists Guild showed up and complained that the god of their fake religion doesn't save kids that are sick by giving them opium.
I am drunk.
So they make the drug, and then the doctor performs
That was really strange.
Ahagao brain surgery.
Hold on. You want to repeat that
Run that
directly
by
into the
me
mic?
again?
Okay, I'll back that ass up just for you, Ray. So then the doctor performs an Ahagao brain surgery, which is to say she has an Ahagao face while doing brain surgery on someone else.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that's clarified.
In order to stop the Alchemist Guild guy from wanting to sell opium.
God, this show sounds magical.
And
I really want to watch the
And,
show,
like,
but I don't
I
want
know
to watch
you're
the show
thinking-
at all.
how Ahagao are we talking here? And I'm talking like
Explicit.
like fully like squatting down, sitting on the guy with a bone saw in one hand and her own titty in the other. Like, this is
Bones.
why I hate God. He made humans
Bones.
imperfect.
Bone saw in one hand.
Yay.
So tune in next week to our new podcast, High School Prodigies and Why It's the Greatest.
10 out of 10.
10
Yeah.
out of 10. Buy, don't rent.
I would watch that TED Talk again.
Yeah.
Okay,
Next show.
last show.
Best
DJ
show.
best show.
Best show.
Ascendance of the
Okay.
Bookworm.
Now.
Go, Ray, shut up.
No.
Ray,
Listen.
shut up.
No.
Shut up.
No, because this is important. Now, those who may have watched the first part of this about the Isekais knows that I was not a fan.
No, hell, those who watched the first show know that I wasn't a fan.
Okay.
Did you watch more?
No, I did not.
That's a goddamn shame.
That's what I'm saying is why, tell me why
Why did DJ keep going?
I should invest more time into High School Prodigies.
Okay, so-
is what
It's
I'm
not
saying.
High School Prodigies. It's
I know, I'm
a
just
bookworm.
fucking making a joke. No, but the
Okay.
bookworm, tell me legitimately.
I will give you the Cliff Notes version. I kept watching. DJ said, "You're still watching." I said, "DJ, it's much fucking better than any of the other ones that are coming out."
Okay.
To which he said, "You must be lying." And then he watched it, and now
Yeah.
DJ will pick up from here.
Yeah, then I got to what was it where I had only watched episode 1 and then it was like
I
episode
was
4
like, get
was
to
out.
3. I was like, get to 3.
Yeah. Oh
I
my
watched
God.
the first 2 episodes. I did watch the first 2 episodes, but it was so boring and so slow.
I'll give you the first 2 episodes are pretty slow.
Okay, so if you say get to episode 3, what about episode 3 in particular?
Eric, I need you to do it because I can't even tell you the specifics of what happened in episode 3. I can't even remember.
What about? Okay. So the second episode ends with like her like obsessed with trying to get that read that book that's in that glass case. She doesn't get a hold of it. Continue on.
It basically becomes, it's an isekai and almost in name only at that point, in that it's just a story of a character who's like smarter than the people around them, trying to do something that wouldn't hurt no one, and having just a hard time because the universe is against them in like a very uncaring way, not even like malicious.
A very cosmic way.
Yeah, it's just like the world is against them cosmically, and I think it's the point when she finally gets someone else to be like, I will help, that the show is like, oh, we're going somewhere. And then
and that's in episode 3?
No.
I think that's episode 3. Might be episode 4.
Okay.
I know that
episode
episode
4.
3 is when when I made the decision. I'm like, no, trust me, stick around till 3. This is a show that you will like, DJ.
Yeah.
And Ray, it's not like it's one of the least isekais, I would say, because there's not.
I'm taking the isekai thing out of it. My problem was that it didn't get off the ground. It didn't get off the ground.
Okay,
So
we're gonna get a little spoilery here. Okay, so
I want you to be. I want you to be.
No, but I'm just warning the listeners at home because we're gonna get a little spoiler here right now about Sentence of a Bookworm.
Not
so if
too
you're not on
spoilery.
board,
Not too
no, like
spoilery.
because
You wanna talk about the Trumbull?
I want to sell Ray on this show.
Okay, Ray. So this show, nothing's going on. Poor kids living in a row house, pretty much. Sickly kid. People don't know why she's sick.
They're in the projects.
Yeah,
She
they're in the
wants to
project.
read
They're in the
something. She
project.
can't get
She
a
wants
hold
to
of a
read.
book.
She can't walk all the way to where her dad works without being in bed for days.
100%.
Yeah, so
Okay.
she's gonna make a book.
So she comes up with a way to make a book, and she convinces one or two other people that, hey, dog, maybe trust me, this is a good idea. So they're going through like the R&D of making a book, and then we were introduced to something very early on in the show. I think episode 4, maybe episode 5. It's called the Tromble, and it's the first real fantasy element you're given.
Yep.
And it's the fact that they're looking for tree bark in the woods to make the paper out of, like the peat for the paper.
Okay.
And she digs up.
She
what
finds
looks
a
like
seed.
like a big rosebud seed type thing.
Okay.
And then it immediately reacts to her touching it.
Well,
and
no, it doesn't react to being buried.
Yeah, as soon as it like touches sunlight, it turns into a Beetlejuice the movie tentacle thing. Like it's growing roots, and it's like a super fast growing monster tree.
And it's sucking
and
the
then
life out of
it's
literally
you're
everything
watching the
around
trees
it.
around it dying, and this little kid, this other 6-year-old, is like, "We got to deal with this Tromble now."
And they start hacking the shit out of it.
And
She's
so-
like, hey, we can make good paper out of this. This is nice soft wood.
It's just like that moment of like, "Oh wait, there's real stakes here," even though you wouldn't think. Like it's good.
Well, also, what happens later
There
is
was
that
the
when
weird
when
ice fruit thing.
There's the weird ice fruit thing.
Okay. Go ahead.
Well, there's also the weird part too, because like the one kid, the neighborhood kid that she gets to like sign up with her to be like,
Lutz.
hey, Lutz, yes,
She's now partnered with
Lutz.
the pretzel boy.
Yeah, Lutz's pretzels. He's gonna like partner with her because they made like a deal with like one of the major merchants in town.
He wants to be a merchant. She knows a guy who used to be a merchant. She's like, I'll introduce him to you. And he's like, cool, I'll help you with the thing you want to do. And
I'll introduce you to my merchant friend to convince you into not being a merchant because it's not a good idea. And then they're like, hey, know what? We can make some money because I have otherworldly knowledge and I want to make books. And
she doesn't tell him that overtly. She's like, I got a lot of cool ideas. Now, the merchant cold reads these kids when he meets them, and he's like, okay, these fucking kids have got something here.
I can make some fucking serious
You're
coin
telling
off
me
these
this
kids.
shampoo thing is legit?
Wait, so like all these weird inventions I've seen over the past 6 months are all from you, girl?
Yeah, like she makes like a
Hairpin.
thing, and like
she makes shampoo.
She comes up with shampoo or a version of shampoo. She creates this world's version of pancakes using like feed
Yeah.
for animals. Like it's like the throwaway parts of plants, which is what the meal for pancakes is anyway. And everyone's like, I never even fucking thought to make pancakes.
And
Well,
they're and it'd be
how
like
did you come up with
they
this,
literally
child?
sell like hotcakes. And this businessman's like, where the fuck are all these great things coming from? And it turns out it's all from this one girl. So he's like, wait, so my entire last 6 months have been secretly revolving around you in some way. Weird. I'm gonna take you on as my apprentice, and I'm gonna bleed you for all the information that you got. And so she's like, okay, that's fine, you can bleed me, but you're signing on my best friend as your apprentice as well. And so then later on, while they're making paper...
As they're walking away from that conversation, he's like, how come I've never fucking heard of this kid before? And the other guy's like, well, the kid never leaves her house because she's really frail. And then he drops this line of, I wonder if she has the devouring. And like immediately you're like, oh look, the plot just tripped into this anime.
It turns out she has a plot sickness that just
She's got that Final Fantasy royalty disease.
Yeah, it's just like where it turns out that unless you keep yourself motivated, you're gonna get sick and die. And then it turns out even if you keep yourself motivated, you're still gonna get sick and die.
Let me see if I can explain this more effectively. Depression causes mana poisoning.
And then, she's making paper with Lutz.
This little kid, this other 6-year-old is like, hey, you're a fucking doppelganger. And she's like,
what did you do with my
like,
friend?
Sorry, what? He's like, look, I might be 6, but you're definitely not the 6-year-old that I grew up next to. You're a different person.
And she's like, all right, you got me.
She's like, you've caught me. I have mind-jacked your friend. He's like, give her back. He's like,
you know what's funny? While we're explaining this, I'm unselling.
Like, I want to go watch it again.
No, I'm unselling myself on the show, except for the fact I know it's good.
So,
like, we're not doing a good job of selling this.
No, you're not at all. I'm listening to all this and I'm like, are you still describing high school prodigies? Because it sounds very, very, very
I guess
similar.
The difference is we're using the same amount of enthusiasm, but this show is much more subdued in what it's trying. Like,
no, I get that it would be more subdued, but it's just like
I totally get that you fell asleep watching the first 2 episodes part because, like,
No, yeah.
this show is a slow burn, and like I said, I don't remember what it was like super specifically, but when I got to episode 3 and watched the thing, I was like, no, I can safely tell DJ, catch up, it's worth it.
And honestly, it's gotten to the point where I look forward to seeing updated episodes, A Sentence of a Bookworm on Crunchyroll.
What was it, episode 9 that has the fucking cliffhanger ass ending where you're just like, oh shit.
Is that with like what you find out what happens to the other rich girl?
No, you find out what she's got going on. I think the episode before that.
Oh, well, no, what she's going to be doing in the future.
Oh no, that was in the most recent episode.
Oh, that was in the most recent episode.
It was the episode after the one I'm talking about. It's the episode where it ends with the kid being like, "Oh, she might be dead."
Oh. This show gets a little dark though, like especially with the shit where you meet another character with the devouring, and she's like, "Hey, well, like the only items that can treat the devouring are magical items. The only people that have access to magical items are nobility. So my grandfather, the head of the Merchants Guild, sold me off to be a nobleman's concubine when I come of age, so that I can get access to magical items, so I don't fucking die." And you're like, you're 6 as well.
She was almost 7.
It's almost 7. Yeah, she's almost at apprenticeship age.
Are you okay, Ray? Or are you just like, ooh?
it's a lot.
It's a lot to take in?
Yeah, I'm still not gonna watch it.
I know.
Yeah, I know.
It's a real shame.
It's a real shame because it's real good, but we're doing a bad job selling it.
I feel like if I could explain this show to you in a sort of different way, this show could just as easily be a side story of Made in Abyss, of 2 people living in the city outside the hole.
You're right.
Like
I can totally see that.
It's just as dark at times, and it's like similarly about little children in situations that you don't really want to see children in.
Yeah, it's just like little kids going through like very like mature situations, not necessarily explicit, but adult in tone.
Yeah, so she ends up becoming a business tycoon real quick.
I've no, what's really fucked up is that like still like
lots of things. Go ahead.
Just like every episode is just like they still like come back to the fact like, hey, remember the first episode where like we just see this guy mind jacking her?
The guy who was accessing her hard drive of memory files.
Yes, they
Tell
just
us the story of the
that's
anime.
the preview for every episode. Like, like her saying, "Hey, so you see what's happening in this episode? I bet you're looking forward to what's going to happen next."
You looked at me like you don't remember that happened.
Yeah, she got mind
That's
jacked at
the
the
first
very
scene of the
beginning.
episode. Like the first scene is just like
Her laying in bed getting
good.
mind jacked.
some priest guy being like, "Oh shit."
Bye,
so-
Ray.
All right. Well, I guess that'll. We're not convincing anybody. I guess that's gonna end it here.
Is that it?
That's
less.
That was all of our isekais?
yeah. There
I
was
mean,
only
there were a lot.
there was only like 7.
Wow. Ray, are you leaving?
No, I'm gonna have a cigarette because that was
Ray,
crazy.
Ray's got to smoke after he gets fun.
Yeah.
Okay, DJ's drink was too nasty, so
Woo!
I'll wrap it up. So this has been our fall anime part 2 wrap up.
Stay tuned to the channel to see what's going to happen in winter, because me and Eric got a fucking banger of a plan.
We could announce it now if you want. I mean, we're not going to give out the details just yet, but
Death game elimination.
we're going to do a death game for anime. Imagine.
If you will.
All right.
A world.
Lick, comment, subscribe.
Jesus Christ.
I'm Eric. He's DJ. Ray's outside now, and this was the
I'm
Tuesday
not
Club.
outside. I'm here to say goodbye.
Oh, yeah. That's not my mouse.
See you guys in 2020,
Oh, yeah.
Better vision.
Bye.
baby.